Hi there, welcome to Most Buffalo. I'm Kelly Dudzik. Lauren Hall has the day off, and we've got a lot to talk about today, but we're kicking things off with a program that helps kids across Western New York get access to books right at their own doorsteps. The nonprofit Read to Succeed Buffalo, in partnership with Erie County, recently announced that children across Erie County will soon be receiving their first book from Dolly Parton's Imagination Library in the coming weeks. So joining me live in studio today is Read to Succeed Buffalo Executive Director Ann Ryan. Thank you for coming on Most Buffalo.
Thank you for having us, Kelly.
So for people who don't know what it is, just explain what the Imagination Library program is and how it helps kids.
Sure. Read to Succeed Buffalo is a local program partner with the Dollywood Foundation, and it mails a free age-appropriate book every month to registered children. And as you mentioned in the opening, we are mailing out 35,050 books this April.
Wow.
The first book everyone gets is The Little Engine That Could. It's got a foreword in it from Dolly Parton. It has reading tips for parents to use with their children. And regardless of the age of the child at registration, that's the first book they get. Then they get age-appropriate books every month in between, and the final book they receive on their 5th birthday is Look Out Kindergarten, Here I Come, and it also has an opening from Dolly.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes.
So it's personalized, like from Dolly herself.
From Dolly herself.
And these come right to your own house, so you don't have to worry about transportation to get anywhere to get access to the book, and then it's yours to keep too.
And it's yours to keep. So the really neat thing is when, like, the infants and young toddlers probably don't know about it, but when you're 2.5, 3, 4 years old and you're getting mail addressed to your name and it says Kelly in the mailbox and you go running out there, it's a very exciting time of the month for these kids.
I still get excited about getting things in the mail unless it's a bill like that.
Exactly.
How many kids have signed up so far? You said like 3,000?
Yep, in April, right now, people are receiving their first book.
Wow.
And it's about 3,550. And we're already up for the May mailing to about 4,000 kids.
That's great.
Yes.
Now, you guys had to pause for a little bit and you came back in 2019. So what's different now from what Read to Succeed was doing before in the past?
I think it's the sheer breadth of the coverage of the program. So luckily we have other program partners like the United Way, Assemblyman John Rivera, the Frontier Central Schools, Akron Central Schools. Read to Succeed covers about 60% of the county, and we targeted the zip codes with the most children under the age of 5, according to the census, as well as some more economically maybe challenged zip codes in Erie County. So we're really encouraging those folks to sign up for these books. We know that children learn how to read. They need to be exposed to language in print. They need to be exposed to language like you and I are talking, those back and forth conversations where you're engaging me, I'm engaging you. I know you're having the Buffalo Museum of Science on later. They need exposure to those wonderful experiences that our cultural organizations in Buffalo bring. But getting a book in the home when maybe parents are working 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet and they don't have that extra, $10 or $20 to get a really high quality age appropriate book, we're gonna do that for you. It's gonna come to your child and it's gonna be a party the day that book comes. They'll wanna pretend they're reading it to you and you can read it to them and they'll wanna hear it over and over and over.
You're building that library.
Yes, we're building that home library.
So 2 more questions. If somebody wants to sign up to receive the books, what do they need to do? And then you're also always looking for volunteers, right?
Yes, thank you, Kelly. So signing up for Imagination Library couldn't be more simple. They go to imaginationlibrary.com. They need the child's home address, a parent name, and their child's date of birth. Or they can go to readtosucceedbuffalo.org and same thing, sign up directly through our website.
Super easy.
Yes, super easy. And then Imagination Library is only one of our programs. We have 5 programs at Read to Succeed, really looking to build those really rich interactions and environments for kids. And one of those programs is called Experience Corps. So April is Volunteer Month, and we're kicking off our volunteer recruitment for that program as well. So if your listeners are over the age of 50 and want to come help us, please do.
All right, great. Thank you so much. That was Read to Succeed Buffalo Executive Director Ann Ryan. Thank you so much for coming on Most Buffalo today.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. Well, we are celebrating Western New York today with a former preschool teacher who's created a spot and a nonprofit that's designed for kids and their love of toys. The space in Buffalo offers more than just that, though. It provides a unique environment for children to grow. Here's 2 on Your Side's Courtney Courtwright.
I had a student who decided to borrow some classroom toys. I decided to roll with it and had all the children borrow toys.
What started out as an idea in former preschool teacher Hannah Bogdan's classroom has evolved into a community space full of toys on Main Street in Buffalo.
It's really about community here and encouraging high quality play opportunities for families, building the community and encouraging sustainability in our play practices.
It's called the Buffalo Toy Library.
To provide this free open play space and this opportunity to bring the toys back and create play opportunities at home feels like a dream come true.
This free spot to play is filled with all different types of toys designed to spark creativity and learning. If children have a membership, they can even borrow some of the toys.
Play is how children communicate, it's how they explore, it's how they grow, and it's the most important part of their development that we need to foster.
But the impact of this toy library goes far beyond children's play.
It helps parents not have so much pressure to purchase things for their children while still being able to meet them where they're at developmentally by providing them with high quality play materials.
Materials that have all been donated by families throughout Western New York.
It's really been amazing to see how this circular economy is working in Buffalo. Buffalo families providing toys to other Buffalo families so that they can have really high quality play experiences in the home.
And that was Courtney Courtwright reporting. A 5th grade student from Akron Elementary is Erie County's Citizen of the Month. 10-year-old Honor Smoke received the recognition at the Erie County Legislature meeting. She's a member of the Tonawanda Band of Seneca and recently made headlines as the youngest person to ever be featured on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Now, many of her classmates were also on hand as she was honored by the legislature.
I started wrestling 3 years ago. I would always wrestle around with my sisters around the house. It would be really fun. And we just decided to try out wrestling because there was an Akron Wrestling Club for rec. And we just decided to try it. And we just kept wrestling since then.
And Spoke is the first girl to ever be in the Akron Youth Wrestling Club. She says it takes a lot of commitment and hard work, but she hopes to someday compete in the Olympics. Well, the Buffalo Heritage Carousel is opening just in time for spring break. The solar-powered carousel at Canalside is kicking off its 5th season to coincide with spring break for local school districts. It's one of only 5 solar-powered carousels in the world, and tickets are donation-based at $3, and discounted $1 tickets are also available through the Museums for All program. We're even hearing the Easter Bunny might be stopping by, and you can find out more about the carousel's hours at WGRZ.com. And Stitch Buffalo and the Buffalo AKG Public Art Initiative are looking for people to paint a mural on Stitch Buffalo's new building at 284 Plymouth Avenue. Local artist Syra Sadiqui came up with the design to celebrate diverse voices. Now, you don't need any experience to paint a piece of fabric, paint by number style. That'll be attached to the building then to create the full mural. Public paint days are scheduled next week. You are encouraged to register on the Buffalo AKG's website. There's much more to come on Most Buffalo when we come right back. And we're back here on Most Buffalo with Mostly Interesting, and we're getting a look at the town of Tonawanda's newest police recruit.
And hello there.
Hi.
Hope you guys are having a nice day so far. Well, take a look at her. This is Lucy. She's an English bulldog puppy and was donated to the department by Hope Rises. She'll go through training with Western New York Heroes and loose leash dog training and will become the department's therapy dog, providing a boost to officers who deal with stressful situations. And she's got some training ahead of her, but she'll soon be seen at community events in town and maybe even the Memorial Day parade.
Oh, look at her. She's just snoozing there, having a great relaxing
puppy.
time. She looks so relaxed.
With her hat.
That's
I love
important.
it.
That's great.
So cute.
Well, this Saturday, Buffalo's best kielbasa makers will be crowned at Buffalo's best kielbasa contest. There are 28 entries this year in 5 categories: traditional fresh, traditional smoked, non-traditional, and then holiday fresh and holiday smoked. I'm one of the judges again this year, and
Lucky.
they split us up into 2 groups so we don't have to eat all that kielbasa. This year I'm in the group that's judging the non-traditional category, and I didn't get to try that last year,
Okay.
but if I'm remembering correctly, there was an alligator version.
Oh.
So there should be some interesting things there to try. Last year I did the 2 holiday categories. They're always delicious.
That's probably easier. The whole maybe I don't want to eat something that can eat
Hey,
me.
I'll try it once.
Let's try.
They get trophies, they get Krupnik. some gift
Oh.
certificates too.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, lots on the line.
some good
That's
Croup
Saturday. Yep.
It's perfect timing for Dingus Day.
Yeah, Dingus Day is coming up, and Polish heritage will be on full display across Western New York for Dingus Day. The City of Buffalo's annual parade will step off at 5:30 in the historic Colonia district. And this year, there is something new to enjoy. Happening at noon, runners can take part in the first ever Dingus Day Dash. It's a 3-mile run starting at Memorial Circle in Buffalo. The race is open to runners and walkers of all ages. So I guess you get your run in and then you get your drink on if you want to.
And then all the good food.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I've been there several times, the parade, and I have family coming in town for
Nice.
it. It's over the years, it's awesome. And then back on the sausage theme, the cabanose, the Polish sausages. I don't know if you've ever had those.
I don't
but
know if I
those
have.
I grew up eating those. They're so good. They're like a little smaller.
Oh.
Usually at the
yeah,
Broadway
I don't think
market.
I've had them before. Just kielbasa.
Yes, this is such a good season. Easter next weekend.
Yes. There's much more to come on Most Buffalo when we come right back. And welcome back to Most Buffalo. It was just this past weekend that the UB women's basketball team took home its first ever WNIT championship title. And while the team is still celebrating that big win, they are now having to adjust to a pretty big change. Head coach Becky Burke is leaving. It wasn't too long ago that Burke was cutting down the nets and celebrating her biggest achievement in her time at UB. In her 3 years there, she's taken the team to 3 straight appearances in the MAC tournament, led a program to a record of 30 wins this season, and so much more. And it could be big shoes to fill, as Burke announced she'll be leaving to take on her new role as head coach at Arizona. She made that announcement yesterday, and here's some of what she had to say on leaving UB. She said, quote, "I'm proud of what we were able to accomplish during my time and excited for the future of UB women's basketball," end quote. Burke also gave a shout out to the community of Buffalo and all the support she's gotten throughout the years. And UB's director of athletics said in part, quote, "I am very appreciative of the job that Becky Burke has done to elevate our women's basketball program to championship heights." He went on to say he believes, given the recent success, the new opening will be an attractive job. As for Burke's replacement, a search has already started. Well, Banditland, it's almost that time of the year again. We are heading into playoff season, and the Bandits are aiming for a three-peat. Now, we still don't know who the Bandits will play in their first playoff game or what day that's going to happen, but we do know it'll be around 2 weeks from now. Tickets for the quarterfinal playoff game are now available. They're going for about $35 for the 300s. We'll keep you updated once we have a better idea of who they'll play and when. And while it may feel like winter this week, spring is in full bloom at the Buffalo and Erie County Botanical Gardens. And this year, they are celebrating 125 years with colorful displays and Easter fun for the whole family. Most Buffalo's Kevin O'Neill shows us what's in store.
I don't get sentimental too much, but I always have a tear in my eyes when I'm here. Could be the pollen, but 125 years, pollen from all over the world. Actually, I don't know if it's more beautiful in any season besides spring. It's good to see you. Hi, Shauna. How are you? Nice to see you. Well, let's talk about the room we're in first of all.
Yeah.
It's smelling amazing.
It is. We've got our spring flower exhibit going on. It's open every single day from 10 to 4 until April 28th. We got over 30,000 blooming bulbs.
Oh, as soon as I walk in.
I know, it hits you.
It's
You can
beautiful.
smell it.
It's beautiful. Okay, let's talk about the new area for the kids.
Yeah, so we just opened our brand new play space. It's all pollinator themed. So kids will be able to play and learn about bees, learn about what they do for everything in our daily lives, and make sure that they're not so scared of bees.
Bees are our friends.
They are.
Man, this is busy. 125 years. You guys have a busy schedule.
We do. 125 years. We're so excited. We're asking people to go through their photo albums, ask your family, ask your friends, see if you can find some photos of your time here at the Botanical Gardens for the decades.
Yeah, if your grandparents, if your parents took you here to try to dig deep and get those pictures, how do they get the pictures to you?
Yep, so they can submit them online at buffalogardens.com.
Okay, and that's the website for everything else too.
Yes.
Okay, the bunny, you'll be here?
Yep, Botanical Bunny, he's coming Friday, April 18th and Saturday the 19th from 10 to 2. He'll be hopping around here, smelling the flowers.
Yeah, when the kids are off school, if the weather's inclement, as it often is in April, it's always beautiful in here.
Exactly, there's so much to do, so much to see.
Can I talk about butterflies real fast?
Sure, yeah, we've got butterflies coming in June. We're we're so excited. We're going to have hundreds of butterflies flying around. People are going to be so excited to see this.
Awesome. 12 months out of the thank you, by the way.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Congratulations on 125. I was here when it first opened. That's not true. The website is buffalogardens.com. On your side, where Buffalo meets Lackawanna, I'm Kevin O'Neill, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Kevin. We are joined now by a guest from the Buffalo Museum of Science, where 12 Months of Science is in full swing. And this month, it's all about space. The museum is inviting you to explore the universe with daily activities focused on everything from planetary science and space exploration to astronauts, space tech, astronomy, and so much more. So joining me live in studio right now is Dr. Holly Schreiber, Director of Science. So what kinds of activities can visitors expect to see during this month?
So as you said, all things focused on space.
Yeah.
So not just the stars, but how does NASA scientists, how do they study objects that go into space? How do they make sure that it can get into space and still be a viable satellite or spacecraft?
Right, and actually work. And we have something here today that should show us.
Exactly. So I'm going to turn this on while we
Okay.
talk. So this is a vacuum chamber. And what's happening is that it's pulling the atmosphere, all the gas, out of the inside. And we have a squishy toy in here. That's what's happening is the air inside the toy is the pressure is trying to equalize.
Ah.
And so that's why it's expanding. And vacuum chambers are often used to study how materials react to the conditions of space. So you can see he's blowing up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to shut it off. And right now, this could simulate what space
would
could
happen
be like.
in space in a vacuum.
Obviously, we don't want things to blow up. But then if we release it, he dramatically goes back to its original size.
He looks more comfortable now.
Yeah, exactly. So this is one of the activities we'll have all month, but especially next week during spring break.
What are some of the other themes for the other months?
Oh, for the other months. So
Yeah.
May is Messy May.
Ooh.
So the messy side of science. It's going to be a lot of fun. Come get your hands dirty during May. June is Colorful Science Month. Everything about anywhere from why do birds have brightly colored feathers to what's the physics behind how we see light and color.
Wow. You also have special events for adults. I saw you guys post a video the other day. Somebody got carded. So tell me about some of the special adult-only events
Yes, that
you
was
have.
a great video.
Yeah.
So our Science After Hours series is the 21 and over events.
Nice.
And so April's for Space Month is called To Infinity and Beyond.
Ooh.
We're partnering with the Western New York Brewers Guild.
Cool.
And so there'll be tastings, but also wonderful space activities, partners. So if you're interested in anything space or beer or both, come on down. It's April 25th from 6 to 9.
Sign up and get your tickets now. All right, Holly, thank you so much for joining us today on
you.
Most Buffalo. Appreciate it. That video did make me feel old because it said someone born in 2004 is 21 now.
You and me both.
So you get more information. There's all the info right there on your screen, sciencebuff.org. And before we go, we want to celebrate a special day. It is National Siblings Day.
Here she is.
Yeah.
So do you have many siblings?
I have a brother and a sister. I'm the oldest.
Okay, I have one brother younger than me.
Younger. So we're both oldest daughters.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So
Got
we have some
pictures.
photos to share with you. There I am. That was obviously Christmas time with Heather and Sean. Sean's all 80s out in his velour outfit. Yeah,
hairstyles.
so cute, so cute.
And then here's my brother,
Nice.
even though he's taller than me. He is a little bit
Your
younger.
little brother
and he's a pilot, just like my dad. So he was taking me up for a spin solo flight.
Nice.
Yep,
nice.
and I had to
He's
do
a
the
pilot.
forecast. It was an easy day, though, thankfully.
Good. All right. Keep sharing your photos with us. Just use the hashtag #BeOn2. Thank you so much for joining us today for Most Buffalo. We'll see you back here live on Monday at 2:30, and you can always watch on WGRZ+.